Michael the Archangel is a name that echoes through the halls of heaven and the hearts of believers, a symbol of divine strength and unwavering protection. In the quiet moments before dawn, when the world still holds its breath, stories of his courage and faith inspire a sense of peace and hope. Imagine a warrior not of flesh and blood but of spirit, standing tall at the gates of eternity, ready to defend the righteous and uphold God's justice. This is Michael, the mighty leader of the heavenly host, whose story has shaped the faith of millions across generations. His journey is woven with battles of light and shadow, loyalty and rebellion, and through it all, a steadfast love that never wavers. Today, we embark on a journey into this sacred story, a tale of divine purpose and eternal courage that invites us all to find strength in the face of darkness. Together, we will uncover the truths hidden in ancient scripture and discover what Michael's legacy means for us in our lives today. Let this story awaken your spirit and kindle the light within as we step into the timeless saga of Michael the Archangel. Before the thunder of the first cosmic clash, the heavens shimmered in perfect harmony, a divine symphony where every celestial being fulfilled its sacred purpose. Michael stood among the radiant hosts as a beacon of strength and steadfastness, a guardian whose heart beat in rhythm with the Creator's will. In this realm untouched by time, angels moved gracefully, their wings spreading light that pierced even the darkest voids. Each carried out duties ordained by God, messengers of hope, bearers of wisdom, and protectors of the cosmos. Michael's role transcended mere command. He was the embodiment of divine order, a living testament to faithfulness amidst perfection. This heavenly peace mirrored the delicate balance found in nature and human society alike. Just as a shepherd watches over his flock with unwavering vigilance, Michael watched over creation, ensuring that every star held its course and every spirit knew its place. This peace was not passive but active, a constant, living harmony that required guardianship. It reminds us that in our own lives, harmony comes not from absence of conflict, but from the steady hand of those who uphold justice, love, and faith even before trials arise. Yet, within this celestial order, a subtle shift began, a whisper in the vast stillness, carried by the one once called the morning star. Lucifer, whose brilliance outshone nearly all, was not content with his place among the ranks. Gifted with wisdom and the sweetest song, he was beloved, adorned with splendor beyond compare. But pride stirred within his heart, a seed of discontent that grew into rebellion. He questioned the divine decree. Why should angels bow before mankind, beings made of dust? Was it fitting that their glory be eclipsed by flesh and frailty? This questioning was no mere doubt but a spark that threatened to ignite a wildfire across the heavens. It was a challenge to the sacred order Michael had sworn to protect. The beauty and gifts that once defined Lucifer became a mask for a growing ambition to ascend beyond his given place. In human terms, it was like a trusted leader turning against the kingdom they once pledged to serve. History teaches us how ambition, when untethered by humility, can lead even the greatest to ruin. This serves as a solemn lesson. Pride often cloaks itself in brilliance, but ultimately blinds the soul. Michael perceived the darkness spreading beneath the light. The angelic court, once united in joyous song, grew divided as Lucifer gathered followers, angels who, like him, sought to claim power for themselves. The heavens, once a sanctuary of perfect unity, became the stage for a battle that would shake the very foundations of existence. It was a war not fought with swords of iron, but with wills and spirits, a clash between fidelity to divine truth and the destructive forces of rebellion. As the celestial armies formed, Michael's resolve did not waver. His flaming sword, an emblem of justice and purification, blazed with a holy fire, its light cutting through the shadow spreading across heaven. The imagery is not merely a tale of cosmic conflict, but a profound metaphor for the struggles within every heart, the choice between submission to a higher good and the allure of self-exaltation. Michael's leadership was marked by humility and courage, not arrogance. He stood not to dominate, but to defend the order that allowed life and love to flourish. The war that followed was fierce and swift. Angels who had once shared in the same light now faced each other as enemies, their battle echoing through the vastness of the celestial realms. Yet, even in the fury of war, Michael's heart remained tender toward those who had fallen. His fight was never fueled by hatred, but by a desire to restore harmony and protect the innocent. In this, we learn that true strength lies not in vengeance, but in the courage to uphold justice with compassion. Lucifer's rebellion was ultimately overcome, and he, along with a third of the heavenly host who sided with him, were cast down, transformed by their own pride into what would become known as demons. This fall serves as a powerful warning that choices made in rebellion against divine truth lead to profound loss, not only of position, but of the very light that once defined them. Michael's victory did not come from force alone, but from unwavering loyalty to God's plan and a heart aligned with love. From this cosmic upheaval, Michael emerged not just as a victor, but as the eternal protector of the divine order. His sword continued to blaze, not as a weapon of destruction, but as a flame of cleansing and renewal. He watched over the realms of heaven and earth, guarding the boundaries between light and darkness, order and chaos. His presence is a constant reminder that even in the face of overwhelming opposition, faithfulness to divine purpose will prevail. The story of Michael and Lucifer is more than ancient history. It resonates deeply within us all. It speaks to the battles we face between pride and humility, chaos and order, self and service. Michael's example encourages us to stand firm in our convictions, to lead with both strength and mercy, and to remember that the greatest victories are those won through love and faith. As the heavens settled once more, the eternal watch began anew. Michael's role had transformed from commander in a war to guardian of peace, yet the shadow of rebellion lingered, ever ready to rise. This eternal vigilance teaches us the importance of perseverance, not just in grand cosmic battles, but in our daily struggles to choose light over darkness, truth over deceit. Thus, the stage was set for the unfolding drama of creation, a narrative where Michael's steadfast courage and Lucifer's tragic fall continue to echo, inviting each of us to choose the path of righteousness and humility. The heavens may be vast, but the lessons they teach are close to every heart willing to listen. After the great fall of Lucifer, now known as Satan, the heavens were forever changed, yet Michael's role only grew in significance. He became more than a warrior. He became the steadfast defender of divine order, the bulwark against the encroaching darkness that sought to unravel the very fabric of creation. With the rebellion quelled but never fully defeated, Michael's watchful gaze extended beyond the heavenly courts to the earthly realm, where the forces of evil continued their relentless attempts to disrupt God's plan. His flaming sword, once wielded in open battle, now symbolized a sacred justice, a purifying flame that cuts away falsehood and restores balance wherever chaos threatens to reign. In many ways, Michael's ongoing mission mirrors the experience of those who strive to uphold righteousness in a world marked by conflict and moral ambiguity. Just as a guardian watches over a vulnerable city, Michael stands vigilant, ready to protect the innocent and resist the tide of evil. His unyielding dedication reminds us that maintaining peace is often harder than winning a battle, requiring constant strength, patience, and faith. It is a lesson echoed throughout human history, where heroes and leaders have had to rebuild and defend what was nearly lost, knowing that victory is not only achieved in war, but in the steady pursuit of justice. Alongside Michael stand other archangels, divine allies, each with their unique gifts and sacred duties. Gabriel, the herald of God's messages, Raphael, the healer, and Uriel, the light of wisdom. Together they form a celestial council that maintains harmony across the vast realms of existence. Michael's leadership among these mighty beings is not one of solitary command, but of fellowship, collaboration, and shared purpose. Their unity exemplifies how strength is magnified not through singular might, but through cooperation and mutual respect. In earthly terms, this heavenly alliance is like a council of wise rulers, each bearing responsibility for different aspects of governance, yet united in the common good. Their divine teamwork offers a profound insight for us all, that no one is meant to walk the path alone. Whether in families, communities, or workplaces, success and harmony are nurtured through collaboration, understanding, and honoring each other's strengths. Michael's example teaches that leadership is not about domination, but about guiding with humility and embracing the diverse gifts of those around us. Through this lens, the archangels become more than distant figures. They become models of how to live and lead with grace and purpose. Michael's protection extends especially to Israel, a chosen people whose history is marked by trials and deliverance. In the book of Daniel, Michael is described as the great prince who stands guard over the children of Israel, particularly in times of distress and persecution. This celestial guardianship is a source of hope and comfort, assuring the faithful that even when earthly powers seem overwhelming, there exists a divine protector advocating on their behalf. Historically, during times of exile and oppression, this promise of heavenly protection sustained the spirit of a people yearning for freedom and restoration. The idea of a spiritual protector resonates deeply, reminding us that we are never truly alone in our struggles. Just as Michael shields Israel, so too can we find strength in faith and the assurance that a higher power watches over us. This guardian role challenges us to be protectors in our own communities, standing up for justice, offering shelter to the vulnerable, and fostering hope in moments of despair. It is a call to embody Michael's courage and compassion, becoming earthly reflections of divine guardianship. Yet Michael's responsibilities do not end with protection. They extend to restoration. When boundaries were broken by the Watchers, angels who defied God's laws by mingling with humanity, the resulting corruption spilled across the earth. Their offspring, the Nephilim, giants of immense strength and appetite, became symbols of chaos and destruction. Michael was tasked with binding these fallen Watchers and halting the spread of their corruption. This divine intervention was not just punishment, but an act of healing, aimed at restoring the sacred order disrupted by rebellion. The story of the Watchers and Nephilim is a powerful reminder of the dangers inherent in misused power and forbidden knowledge. It warns of the consequences when beings, whether celestial or human, overstep their bounds and sow discord. For us today, this tale speaks to the importance of respecting limits, whether moral, spiritual, or natural, and the necessity of accountability in all aspects of life. Michael's role in this restoration highlights a truth often overlooked. True strength lies in the ability to heal and rebuild, not just to conquer. As Michael binds the forces of corruption and prepares the way for divine justice, his flaming sword once again becomes a symbol not of destruction, but of purification and renewal. It is a fire that cleanses without consuming, a light that reveals truth amidst darkness. This dual nature of Michael's sword reflects his own character, a warrior whose heart is tempered by mercy, and a defender whose purpose is peace. In this we find a lesson that transcends the heavenly realm, that justice and compassion must walk hand in hand, each strengthening the other. From the ancient conflict with Lucifer to the binding of the Watchers, Michael's story is one of vigilance and unyielding faithfulness. His triumphs are not merely victories over evil, but testimonies to the enduring power of divine love, working through steadfast devotion. As we reflect on these truths, we are called to consider how we too might stand firm in our convictions, protect what is good, and seek restoration in a world often marred by brokenness. This eternal struggle between light and darkness, order and chaos, is mirrored in our own lives, where choices between right and wrong shape the course of our journey. Michael's example encourages us to embrace our role as guardians within our own spheres, to fight for justice, not with anger, but with compassion, and to trust in the greater plan that guides even the most challenging battles. Thus, as the divine war rages on beyond our sight, Michael and his celestial allies remain a source of hope and strength, a reminder that no darkness can overcome the light when courage and faith stand together. Their story invites us into a deeper understanding of what it means to live with purpose, to lead with humility, and to love without fear. In following their example, we find not only protection, but the power to transform the world around us. Michael's unwavering guardianship of Israel emerges powerfully in the pages of the book of Daniel, where he is called the Great Prince, who stands watch over the people during times of unparalleled distress. This celestial protector serves as a beacon of hope for a nation scattered and exiled, assuring them that even in their darkest hours, divine strength is present and active. The imagery evokes a father watching vigilantly over his children in the night, shielding them from unseen dangers that lurk beyond mortal sight. History offers echoes of this promise, where throughout centuries of hardship, the faithful found comfort in the belief that a heavenly warrior advocated on their behalf, turning the tides of fate when human efforts faltered. Michael's role here transcends the spiritual. It becomes a deeply personal source of courage for those who face oppression, reminding them that they are neither forgotten nor abandoned. This divine protection teaches us that even when the world seems overwhelming and our trials unending, there exists a strength beyond our own to lean upon. Just as Michael intervened for Israel, so too can we seek refuge in faith and draw from the courage it inspires. In our lives, we are called to be guardians of each other's hopes and dreams, standing firm against injustice and fostering resilience in the face of adversity. Michael's watchful presence invites us to embody the same care and protection in our communities, reminding us that true power often reveals itself in acts of steadfast love. Yet Michael's mission extends far beyond protection. It embraces restoration. The ancient tale of the Watchers, angels who defied God's commandments by mingling with humanity and revealing forbidden knowledge, illustrates the consequences when divine boundaries are breached. Their union with human women gave rise to the Nephilim, giants who wrought havoc and corrupted the earth with violence and greed. This transgression upset the cosmic balance, spreading darkness where once there was light. It was Michael who was charged with binding these fallen watchers, sealing them away in deep places until the appointed day of judgment. Through his actions, Michael exemplifies the divine role of healing a broken world, not through vengeance alone, but through measured justice that aims to restore order and sanctity. This story serves as a poignant warning. Power and knowledge, when misused or sought for selfish gain, can lead to devastation far beyond the initial act. It speaks to the importance of respecting boundaries, be they moral, spiritual, or natural, and accepting the roles entrusted to us with humility. For us today, the Watcher's Fall reminds us to guard against the seduction of shortcuts and forbidden paths that promise greatness but deliver ruin. Michael's role in restoring balance encourages us to be vigilant in our own lives, to recognize when we or others stray from the right path, and to work towards healing with patience and grace rather than condemnation. As Michael binds the forces of corruption, his flaming sword shines with renewed purpose, not as a weapon of destruction, but as an instrument of purification. This sword, radiant with holy fire, cuts through the darkness of falsehood and reveals the truth beneath. Its flames do not consume all they touch. Instead, they refine and cleanse, allowing light to flourish once more. This duality captures Michael's essence, a warrior tempered by mercy, a defender who seeks not only to fight, but to redeem. The symbolism invites us to consider how justice in our own lives can balance firmness with compassion, how strength is most enduring when wielded with kindness. The final battle, foretold in the Book of Revelation, marks the climax of Michael's divine mission. Here, he leads the heavenly armies against the ancient serpent, the dragon who is Satan, and his legions of fallen angels. This apocalyptic vision is not merely a story of celestial warfare, but a profound narrative about the ultimate triumph of good over evil, light over darkness. Michael's victory is swift and decisive. The dragon and his followers are cast out of heaven, losing their place in the eternal realm. This cosmic expulsion signifies the cleansing of the heavens and sets the stage for the redemption of the earth. The image of Michael standing victorious with his flaming sword is a powerful testament to the certainty that justice, grounded in divine love, will prevail against all odds. In our personal battles against doubt, fear, and temptation, Michael's triumph offers a mirror and a promise. It reassures us that no matter how fierce the darkness may seem, light remains undefeated. Just as Michael leads the heavenly host to victory, so can we find strength to overcome the shadows in our own hearts and lives. This final confrontation reminds us that the spiritual war is ongoing, but hope is eternal. Michael's role as the champion of righteousness encourages perseverance, faith, and the unwavering belief that love and truth will ultimately reign. The story of Michael, protector of Israel, binder of the fallen, and leader in the final cosmic battle, teaches us timeless lessons about courage, humility, and justice. His life is a beacon, calling us to stand firm in our convictions, to protect those who are vulnerable, and to seek restoration where brokenness has taken hold. The flaming sword he wields is not just a weapon, but a symbol of divine authority, purifying fire, and steadfast mercy. As we reflect on his journey, we are invited to embody these qualities, becoming bearers of light in our own world, champions for truth, and servants of the greater good. Michael's flaming sword is more than a weapon. It is a symbol heavy with meaning, shining brightly as a beacon of justice, mercy, and divine protection. This sword, often depicted blazing with holy fire, embodies the sacred authority granted to Michael to defend truth and to cleanse what is impure. The sword's flame cuts through darkness and deceit, illuminating hidden corruption and purifying souls tainted by sin. It reminds us that justice is not cold or harsh, but tempered by mercy, a balance that reflects the very heart of divine love. Just as a skilled craftsman uses fire to refine precious metals, so too does Michael's sword serve to purify and restore, not to destroy without purpose. This symbolism invites us to reflect on how we wield justice in our own lives, whether we approach conflicts with a spirit of grace or with anger, and whether we seek to heal or only to punish. In many ways, Michael's sword is a mirror to the struggles we face daily, the need to confront darkness within ourselves and our world with both strength and compassion. It teaches that true power lies not in domination, but in the courage to uphold truth while extending mercy. This lesson resonates deeply, encouraging us to be both warriors and healers, balancing conviction with kindness. The story of Michael takes a mysterious turn with the account of the dispute over Moses' body, found in the Epistle of Jude. Here, Michael confronts Satan not with rage or force, but with solemn restraint, disputing over the body of the great prophet without bringing a slanderous accusation. This moment reveals a profound humility and respect for divine authority, showing that Michael's power is exercised with wisdom and faithfulness, rather than pride or vengeance. Unlike the fiery battle against Lucifer, this confrontation is quiet but no less significant, demonstrating that sometimes the greatest strength is found in patience and trust. This story offers a powerful lesson. In spiritual battles, restraint and humility are as vital as bold action. Michael's example challenges us to respond to opposition not with harshness, but with faith in justice and righteousness. It reminds us that slander and accusation can damage as deeply as overt conflict, and that guarding our words and actions is essential in maintaining integrity. Taken together, the symbolism of Michael's sword and his humble dispute over Moses' body deepen our understanding of his character, not only as a warrior, but as a guardian of truth who embodies mercy, justice, humility, and faith. These qualities make Michael not just a figure of divine power, but a model for how we might face our own spiritual and moral challenges with courage and grace. In the vast tapestry of creation, where light and shadow weave their eternal dance, the story of Michael the Archangel stands as a radiant thread of hope, courage, and unwavering faith. His journey from celestial guardian to divine warrior, protector of Israel, binder of the fallen, and leader in the ultimate battle between good and evil, invites us not only to witness a cosmic saga, but to reflect deeply on our own lives. Michael's story is a mirror reflecting the struggles and triumphs within each of us, the battles we face between doubt and faith, pride and humility, darkness and light. It calls us to remember that true strength is not measured by the might of one's hand, but by the steadfastness of one's heart, the willingness to stand firm in the face of adversity, and the courage to choose righteousness, even when the path is uncertain. As we journey through the narrative of Michael's role in the heavens and on earth, we find more than ancient lore. We uncover timeless truths about leadership, justice, and mercy. Michael's flaming sword, blazing not with destruction, but with the fire of purification, symbolizes a justice that cleanses rather than condemns, a power wielded with compassion and discernment. His restraint in confronting Satan over Moses' body teaches us that sometimes the most profound victories come not from force, but from faith and humility. These lessons resonate across ages and cultures, urging us to cultivate not only strength, but grace, to fight not for vengeance, but for restoration. In our own lives, we may not face dragons or celestial battles, but we encounter challenges that test our resolve and character. The darkness that Michael confronts, pride, rebellion, corruption, exists within and around us. The call to embody his virtues is a call to be warriors of light in everyday moments, standing against injustice, extending mercy to those who wrong us, and protecting the vulnerable with unwavering commitment. Each choice to act with integrity, each moment we rise above temptation, echoes the eternal fight that Michael leads. His story becomes our anthem, a source of inspiration reminding us that even in the smallest acts of courage, we partake in the grand narrative of good overcoming evil. This enduring tale also invites us to recognize the power of faith as a shield and guide. Michael's unwavering loyalty to divine purpose, despite immense opposition, reminds us that faith is not passive belief, but active commitment. It is the light that guides us through the darkest valleys, and the strength that enables us to face giants, both literal and figurative. Just as Michael's presence comforts the children of Israel, so too can faith bring peace and courage to our hearts amid uncertainty and fear. It teaches us that we are never alone in our struggles, that divine protection and guidance are ever near for those who seek it with sincere hearts. The cosmic battles of Michael echo in the quiet battles within each soul. They remind us that the fight for goodness is not a distant myth, but a living reality, woven into the fabric of our daily choices and actions. This narrative empowers us to rise above despair, to embrace our roles as guardians of light in a world yearning for hope. It urges us to nurture the courage to confront darkness, the wisdom to discern truth, and the humility to accept grace. In doing so, we not only honor Michael's legacy, but contribute to a greater story, one where love and justice ultimately prevail. As we close this journey through the life and mission of Michael the Archangel, let us carry forward his flame, the fire of unwavering faith, fierce protection, and merciful justice. Let it inspire us to live boldly and compassionately, to stand firm in the face of trials, and to shine as beacons of hope in our communities. The story of Michael is not confined to ancient texts. It lives on in the hearts of all who choose to walk the path of light. If this story touched your heart and stirred your spirit, let it be a reminder of the power within each of us to make a difference. Support this journey by liking and subscribing, so that together we can continue to explore the profound mysteries of faith, courage, and divine purpose. Let Michael's story inspire you not only today, but every day, to stand as a warrior of light, a guardian of hope, and a servant of love.